We live in a world that glorifies comfort. After a stressful day, we flop down on the couch with a glass of wine, thinking, I deserve this. When it's cold, we turn up the heat without a second thought because I have a right to feel warm. But here's the truth. Comfort is not a right. It's something we've become addicted to. Today, comfort is the ultimate ideal. But that wasn't always the case. Before the Industrial Revolution, comfort was reserved only for the wealthiest in society. For everyone else, life was about endurance, survival, and resilience. And when comfort finally became accessible to the masses, it wasn't an act of goodwill. It was a way to pacify the public, to keep people content and subdued. As philosopher George Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel pointed out, our need for greater comfort doesn't come from within. It's suggested to us by those who profit from its creation. And you know what? It worked. Comfort is the modern-day carrot dangling in front of us, and we chase it endlessly. We're lulled into a state of laziness, told that we need to keep ourselves comfortable at all costs. But comfort, though enticing, weakens us. It dulls the sharp edges of our minds, the ones we need to navigate life's inevitable challenges. It's not the soft couch or the warm blanket that's the issue. It's that these comforts strip us of the tools we need to cope with real suffering. No matter how cozy we try to make our lives, suffering will find its way in. It's part of the human experience, and no Egyptian cotton sheets or gourmet dinners will ease that pain. Emotional suffering is something we all must face, and we need to strengthen our mental muscles for when it arrives. But comfort makes us psychologically fragile. We've been trained to expect our peace to come from external sources, objects, conveniences, and gadgets, when true peace can only be found within. The impact of comfort's dominance over our lives can't be overstated. Look at history. The 1980s and 1990s were some of the most comfortable times in modern memory. The Cold War had ended, apartheid was dismantled, and economies were booming. There was peace, prosperity, and an abundance of everything. So why did anxiety and depression rates skyrocket? Why did so many people feel lost and dissatisfied in what should have been a golden age? It's because comfort narrows our experience. It traps us in a bubble where the slightest discomfort becomes unbearable. We've lost our resilience. We crumble at the first sign of difficulty. As a society, we've become adept at intellectual challenges, but emotionally and socially, we've grown weak. We've forgotten how to suffer well, how to endure the storms of life, because we've been chasing comfort as if it were the answer to all our problems. Think about your own life. How often do you reward yourself with comfort after even the smallest hardship? A tough day at work earns a pizza. A minor argument with a partner justifies a shopping spree. We self-soothe with external comforts because we don't know how to confront our inner discomfort. It's become a cycle, one that leaves us utterly unprepared for real challenges. Comfort addiction looks different for everyone, but the signs are always there. You skip the workout because it's too cold outside. You avoid having that tough conversation because it's easier to stay silent. You spend money you don't have on things you don't need because it's a quick hit of dopamine. And in doing so, you're feeding your comfort addiction, avoiding the discomfort that's necessary for growth. So, what's the solution? It's not about rejecting comfort entirely. That would be impractical and unsustainable. Instead, it's about befriending discomfort. You need to train yourself to handle it, to welcome it into your life in small doses, so that when the big storms hit, you're ready. Start small. Maybe today, skip that glass of wine or that extra serving of dessert. Take a cold shower instead of a warm one. Walk somewhere instead of taking the car. Each time you choose discomfort, you're sending a powerful message to your brain. I am in control. Not my whims, not my cravings, not my need for comfort. Me. It sounds harsh, but it's the truth. You can't grow strong if you're always coddling yourself. The Dalai Lama said, pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. If you're constantly chasing comfort, you're guaranteeing that suffering will find you. The only way out is to embrace discomfort, to seek it out, to get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. Here's an exercise for you. Choose 3 small comforts you rely on every day. It could be your morning coffee, your long hot shower, or that extra scroll through social media. For the next week, cut them out. See how your body and mind react. At first, you might feel irritable, anxious, or even angry. That's okay, lean into it. This is your body and mind waking up, remembering that they have power beyond comfort. The more you practice, the stronger you'll become. Your mind will learn that it doesn't need external comforts to feel safe. And slowly, you'll build the resilience that's been buried under layers of convenience and ease. Because here's the thing, life is not about being comfortable. Life is about growth, about pushing through the pain to find strength on the other side. Comfort can lull you into complacency, but discomfort is what forges greatness. When you learn to endure and even embrace the small discomforts, you'll be prepared for the big ones that life inevitably throws your way. You don't need to reject comfort entirely. Just be mindful of how much of it you allow into your life. Because every time you indulge in comfort without thought, you're sacrificing a piece of your mental strength. It's not about suffering for the sake of suffering. It's about becoming the kind of person who can weather any storm. So, embrace the chill of a cold shower. Sit through the awkward silence of a difficult conversation. Choose the long road instead of the shortcut. Befriend your discomfort and watch yourself transform into someone unbreakable, someone who thrives not in spite of difficulty, but because of it. Discomfort is your ally, not your enemy. Treat it as such, and you'll find power you never knew you had. Keep pushing, keep growing, and let discomfort be the tool that shapes you into your strongest self.